Here we go. I'm spooling this up. All right, we are live. It's eRacing, ChampCar.org. That's right. With Paul Veltum, Doc Waldrop, and Bill Strong. See, hold on. There he is.
Your syncing is off.
Welcome, everyone, as we're emotionally ready for this and technologically ready, apparently, to kick off day 3, the big showdown. 30 cars, the top 15 from the last 2 races that we did yesterday. So it's Hammer and Long Dogs, the 2 winners from yesterday's Saturday races. They will be participating in the race today, starting in about 10 minutes or so. Doc, welcome.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, we don't have a picture. We don't have a camera on Doc because he's still in his tidy
Doc
whities.
doesn't want a camera on Doc.
Yeah, he never does. I don't know why.
Naked. I don't know if he's naked or not, but he says he's not wearing
semi-naked.
semi-naked. That picture. Here we are in the
visual for you.
The ChampCar Endurance Series World Headquarters Annex in Central Virginia. Where all the great marketing and Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign work is done. Not by me, of course. I have a bunch of minions that do a lot of stuff for me. And no. So this is I know everybody's interested in looking at everybody's backgrounds and their offices and stuff when they Skype, lately. And this is where I work. You can see all my Toyota MR2 awards up there for events that we put on over the years, mostly in Canada, some in other places, but mostly in Canada. And of course, this is my printer, and that's one of my monitors right here. And there's another monitor. But this is what it looks like. And Paulie, what's your shop look like?
Oh, let me just get back to me here. I was distracted and not paying attention.
So you're working on Doc's car. I don't get that. I don't understand why you would do that.
Well, I mean, he was scheduled to drive it at NCM, so we just thought we'd let him keep it. He's doing some upgrades to it. He actually knows what he's doing. And Matt Harper and the guys at Flying Wrench, Arjun and Barry, my other drivers, they're concentrating on building the new Kenny. And I think he's going to be called Cartman.
I think what you need to do is add some more aerodynamic drag to that car.
Yeah, that's on the new one.
Yeah. See? So, yeah, cool. All right, Doc, what's your background look like? You're in the dark, it looks like.
I'm in my office, so.
You're show the picture of Doc there, Paul. Our, we like to call him the additional announcer.
Yeah, we call him the additional announcer.
Lack of color commentator.
I'll have to find that picture. It was in the thumbnail that was on YouTube, and that I shared over onto Facebook. So, that was a great picture.
For those that are into esports and the iRacing and don't really follow live racing like we do, we're the ChampCar Live announcers for the show at ChampCar.live. Paulie Veltum runs that show with Doc Waldrop and Tiffany Alexander, and then I kind of hang out every now and then on pit lane or somewhere hiding.
Mostly you go to the races to have ice cream.
Yeah, a lot of it. We can see I've had a lot of ice cream over the last couple of weeks here. Unfortunately, our stores are all out of ice cream, toilet paper, and ice cream.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. So, yeah, we live in the boonies. So, ChampCar, we got we released the petitions to all the membership today for you guys to review and go out onto the ChampCar website, and you can get the link. If you didn't get the email, check your email. Only members in good standing got the email. If you're a member and you're in good standing, but you didn't get the email, you're probably still in good standing. It just didn't get through your provider. So you can go to the forum.champcar.org and go to the BCCR section, and you can get the links there. Only members are allowed to make comments. We will go through and verify that you're a member in good standing before we pass those on to the board of directors. at the end of the month. So, and the end of the month would be next month. We let them go a day early here because we really had nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Nothing to do. So this week, ChampCar Endurance Series, we'll be having meetings with our tracks at Daytona International Speedway, Road America, probably Charlotte as well. Yeah, and I think Watkins Glen is later on in the week. Any changes to the existing schedule? Of course, we have Daytona was postponed. That was supposed to take place April 11th. That's our next race, actually. That has been postponed. I know the date. I cannot say it until we get the contract in hand. But as soon as we get the contract, I know I had a lot of people messaging me yesterday. Hey, what's the date? I need to get a hotel. Totally understand, but I don't want to give you a date because what if there was a typo or the contract says something or things change in the world? I don't want to get blamed for you, getting that Hilton. There's Doc Waldrop. I don't want to get in trouble for, giving you the wrong date. So
we've got much more material to blame on Bill than that.
Yeah,
right.
List starting. So once we get information on Daytona, once we get the contract and my boss, Mike Tizik, says, hey, go ahead, and Dana says, go ahead, then we'll put that out for you guys. Road America, same way. We have contracts with all these tracks. Once the track says, okay, this is the date we're going to do it on, or we're postponing it, or we're doing whatever, then we'll announce that. Again, the event directors will get a hold of me, and they'll let me know what's going on, and we'll announce that. And we'll do it on all of our
typically what we'll do is we'll forward your entry fee to the next event. And if you want to get out of it, just put it out to Mike Chiswick.
Yeah, or to the event director. The event directors handle all that stuff. Chiswick's the CEO. The event directors handle each race. So that's the best way to do it. And how do you find out who's the event director for your event? Go to champcar.org/events. And that will take you to the events listings, and you can actually download all of the you can look at the supplementals, and on the supplemental will be the event director's email and phone number. So you can check that out and find out what's needed to move your races. You can transfer it to whatever race you want. We'd rather you do that. It helps us out as a company. But whatever you want to do, we're here to help you guys. We understand the hardships going on right now. So, all right.
There you have it. All the news fit to print.
Well, don't print anything because then it's in printing and that could come back to haunt me one day. Well, Bill said.
I always take the best pictures at NCM.
You do.
Well, you're pretty out of your head, aren't you, there at that point?
I've pretty much gone crazy.
Now it's like 2 in the afternoon.
Right. Look, my hair's like almost brown there.
There's a stack of beer cans over to the right.
There is not, Bill.
At least. Another stack on the right that hasn't been drank yet. That's Tiffany Alexander. She's one of our other folks. She's actually having to do housework today. Or not housework. What was it?
Renovations.
They purchased a new house, so they're doing some renovating.
It's awesome, too. I stay there when we race at Barber. It's like 5 minutes from the track.
And they picked that house accordingly.
Yes, they did.
They spend a lot of time at Barber. I spent a lot of time in Piney River, Virginia. What do you spend a lot of time at there, Paulie?
Pretty much here in the fort. I'm kind of an introvert, so I like being at home, working at home.
You guys like the powder my wife put on me?
Yeah.
The makeup job?
She said I was too shiny yesterday, so.
Awesome.
I like my lake here. I'm about as social distancing as you can get.
I don't know, man. I have a lake too. Is yours fully stocked with bass?
Oh, yeah.
But yours is a real lake. Mine's more like a pond.
Yeah. Oh, well, the Bassmasters have had their big tournament here the past 2 years.
So what kind of shows have you guys been watching other than, the typical shows that men watch during times
I've been watching Justified.
I've been watching Picard.
Oh, yeah, don't say anything.
I won't. But the field just came up live here, so we could talk about that. We've
we got
got
a lot of
Long Dogs is shown on the pole with 901 Motorsport in second. Chandler School, John Allen Special in the number 12. And we've got
Okay, how come my timing and scoring is not the same as yours?
it'll start up once it starts. Just
it should be.
There it is.
Yeah, like remember I told you it's going to be about an 8-second delay.
Yeah, okay.
So it's going to take there's a little bit of a lag there. But it'll hopefully help you see the gaps. So you've got a little bit different panel than the other people do. Okay? All right.
Cool.
So we got ourselves a countdown here. Getting ready to get started.
Yep, it looks like we're all gridded up. It's a nice fair day out at Road Atlanta.
Look at that. We went with a partly cloudy skies, mild weather. Couldn't find the snow model in iRacing. So
I did send off an email to iRacing to, hey, let's get a little more real with this. We have wind in the background, and we need snow.
Yeah, Billy's asking, make sure you turn on the crash camera.
The crash camera, yeah, that'll be used a lot. This is kind of an insane field. So what we did differently, what I did differently, but it was all Doc's fault, is I went through and adjusted all of the profiles so that everybody's like super aggressive and with lots of enthusiasm and confidence, but no skill hardly at all.
I love it.
Which kind of pairs up well with ChampCar, and then we've got. But then it's kind of confusing, and I don't have it all figured out. But then when you actually set up the event, you can set up kind of the tenor of the way the drivers will drive, apparently, and we set everything to Bill mode, as I call it, which is beyond pro. It's like it's in the cheater zone. So I just call it Bill zone, and so it'll be an interesting mix-up. We've done a little bit of testing, and it's been kind of fun. So we'll see.
Oh, it's been a blast.
We'll
I had
see how this
several
works
races
out
last night.
So we've got, so basically I just took the top 15 of those two events and combined them into one roster, which I'm willing to share with you guys, which I think could be a lot of fun. You could take the roster, load it into your AI, bring your car in, qualify, and race against them in this profile. And I think everybody would do pretty well because these guys are going to be, it's going to be comical. So
well, remember, if you win, this has no relation to real life.
No, unfortunately, it's just play.
Every
What?
race.
Wait a minute.
Didn't you win every race?
Wait, what? What?
That's right.
That's it. I'm protesting.
Well, you're out of the running anyway. What are you worried about?
Ouch. Well, that hurts.
You're not on the field, man.
That hurts.
Folks, 10 seconds. I've got my hand up in the air just like I do on pit lane. 5, 4, 3.
So Floridian says they're starting in 12th. Woohoo. I thought we'd be dead last based on yesterday.
Yeah, well, all the profiles are a little bit different now, so it's going to really shake things up quite a bit.
Yeah, we're looking for a fine day of carnage.
Hey, Paul, I'm on pit lane. Can you hear me? Should I put race cars in the background to make it sound like real?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you'll finally say, and there's nobody here.
Well, that's what we do, Billy.
So just getting ready for an hour's worth of racing here at Road Atlanta. It is Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta, iRacing. And we've got a field of 30 drivers, 30 teams rather. We've schemed the paints to be close as we can get them without too much effort to what's actually on the cars. And then
who is going to spin on the outlap?
Yeah.
Again, one of the funniest things is Justin Devane said that Speedway Creations that he'd be so embarrassed if his AI car outperformed his real car. He at least made the race.
Billy's saying, Doc, that he's still saying that you cut through the Jersey to get to the Glen.
Yeah, I thought you had to go through Pennsylvania to get to New York.
Well, you kind of do, but you can go around to Ohio and then up through Erie and then Erie, PA, and then up and over. You can do it that way.
Okay.
There's many ways. Are you coming up with me?
It all depends on if my son's graduation is canceled.
Okay, ours is canceled, so we're able to go early. Which
I
I need
haven't checked on ours.
we need to get with the boss on that one too.
So on the
Yeah, I mean, it's our annual meeting, so, and as a board of director member and secretary, I think I should be there, but
Are you going to wear your?
my son takes priority.
timing and scoring pylon, folks, what you're seeing, the blue numbers on the left is the position of the cars, and then the PG is positions gained. And then the number sign would be the car number, then the name of the team. The gap would be your distance, and then you'll see the last and best lap times too. I tried to get them all squeezed in there so you could see them.
I think you guys put the skill level up too high because everybody is well behaved in the proper order.
Well, and that's the thing anyway, we'll see how this works out because the two settings are kind of contradictory, really.
Pace cars off. Pace cars off.
Yep, we are green flag racing here at Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta, in our pretend field of teams.
As Long Dog's heads off into turn 1, up the hill.
So far, everybody's behaved.
Long
Tires are
Dogs
still
won
pretty good.
yesterday.
So we have to be careful here.
We're focused on crashes, so we'll see if we see any carnage here first off. Yesterday, during one of the tests, there was a pileup in turn 1. There's a car that's down.
Oh, something happened to that car. Might have stalled it. We've got a lot of new people just not used to driving stick shifts.
Let's see what happened to him here.
Well, it happens.
Looks like there was some contact there. Maybe we can go inside the cockpit and see what happened. Oh no!
2 of them. He just stalled it. Yep, that's what it was. He put both feet in and stalled it.
All right, we'll go back to current here.
Kind of nice having a replay, isn't it?
Well, we can do it on the real show too. Just, it takes 15 people and
All right, so we've got
There's the John Allen Special 733i BMW represented.
and Hong North Grumpy Butt in view here, in focus. And they're yellow and white Miata.
It's nice to see Chandler School up front. Chandler School is one of the ChampCar sponsors. They do the Sportsmanship Award for us as the cars enter 10A and 10B. Nice braking zone, hard on the brakes, over the bridge. You kind of look for some markers, and you see this nice, huge building that they have in place now. Of course, this is using the old configuration with the old color scheme.
So on the...
So Doc and I hated that building because you had to basically carry all your gear
Oh,
up.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Calamity going into turn 1. Everybody manages to get through there.
Looks like our flagger jumped out too because there was nobody in there. He was afraid something was going to happen.
So the number on the cars is wrong.
Okay, that's too bad.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Well, I had to merge these files by hand,
Right.
so it's easy. Things could have got messed up.
Input.
Next time I'll be careful to check that.
What happened is when you merged them, it gave them their number numerically.
Okay, that could
So
be.
anyway,
I noticed it reassigned some things, so.
yeah.
Crowd control racing in focus there in the red and white. Going into turn 7 here, side by side.
Never liked going in there side by side like that. There's a great video online of that corner as we're coming out of 6, and somebody decided to try and make it 3 wide, hit the inside car, which was now at that point the middle car, which then hit our car and broke our suspension, and that was the come to Jesus meeting weekend.
Misco Motorsports coming down through the inside in 10A. Makes the pass. Chattahoochee there in the orange with SCRS in the white. Right next to him going into 1. There's a lot of action that happens down here going into 12 rather. And going up into 1.
So as yesterday, we're using the 2016 Global MX-5 Cup cars. They're 2,100-pound cars, which is a little less weight than what the U.S. spec MX-5 Cup car uses. Stronger gearbox, lighter transcoolers, plural. lighter diff housing, custom exhaust manifolds, gigantic radiator, and that's the way it's described within the description for the car. And that's on the Mazda sites. Gigantic radiator, stock brakes, but they use grooved rotors, and tweaked ECU and tweaked suspension. So brand new, these cars cost $53,000 new back in 2016. They're 2-liter, 155 horsepower, 6-speed manual transaxles. Or just transaxles, transmission.
How many Hurspurs?
155
Hurspurs.
plus. It didn't tell you exactly because I think they were tweaking them. So the 2019 Global Cup cars now have 181 plus horsepower in them. So it's and they're a little harder to cheat up to because you have to use set parts to the car where they've actually embedded laser writing on it saying Mazda Motorsports. It's all part numbers, the whole bit. It's a lot harder to cheat supposedly.
And let's see if I can get that to scroll at all.
We got Chandler School in the lead right now. Made a pass on Long Dogs there just a minute ago. 3 wide, almost 3 wide going into turn 1. Decided not to do it like a smart guy that the white car is. Who's that white car, Doc?
SRS? SCRS?
Rod Lincolnata.
Right.
Okay. Looks like BBY is in last place. That's the team that's not appearing on your roster there on the screen. BBY not getting off to a good start.
That's a long tow for them to have problems. They're based in New Jersey.
Crazy. And our guy that was looking up at the sky yesterday seems to have moved today, so he's no longer proud.
I think he's cheering. He's just so excited.
Yeah, maybe.
That Running Bulls car really sticks out amongst all the black Miatas, doesn't it, Doc? Oh, we got a car sideways in turn 7. Manages to keep it out of the wall.
I'm just amazed at the amount of the $1 million toter homes and motor homes that are at this race, a ChampCar race. It's just amazing the kind of money these guys spend. Why are we stopped? There we go.
Oh, the classic pit maneuver. Manages to keep it under control, though. So
Been watching too much live PD.
that's right. The Birmingham maneuver, right? I didn't say that. Jeez, that was mean.
Actually, I think it's more like the biohazard move.
All right. So who we got leading this thing? Hey, Chandler School. You probably just said that too, didn't you, Bill?
I have
Several times.
I'm using the resources that you gave me, Paulie.
Unlike Paulie,
It's all right. You
too
sit
busy sucking down beers instead of paying
Just
attention.
Pass on the inside going into 1.
Yeah.
Dog
Exciting
one
stuff. Exciting stuff. Money Pit Racing. Look at this. 3 black Miatas all in a row. NLS Racing up there at the point of those 3. As they head up to the top of the hill, setting up for the S's. Here we go downhill towards turn number 5.
So you guys are telling me that you can give me this field and I can run my own AI and race against them?
Oh, yeah.
On my own?
Yeah, I can give you that.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yep.
Yep, well, you could probably just need to qualify. I don't know. I could possibly pull out of the pits. I don't have anything hooked up, so
Yeah.
maybe I could still pull out of the pits. But I'll bet you could do the qualifying in the race and do the qualifying, and then you wouldn't be at the back.
Right. So the
I'm having trouble hearing you, Polly.
Oh, are you?
I
Yeah.
want.
Are
I'd
you
want
hearing the
back.
cars?
But
Are-
yeah, you can share this file with other people.
Yeah.
Put it up on the website for them to download, or would that be a copyright?
No, I wouldn't
No.
think so. It's just a text file.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good. If we could probably put it up on the website and say, "Hey guys,"
Oh, yep, we could do that.
because I know a lot of guys, especially new people, they don't really want to get involved with the racing aspect of it because of we're still learning. It could just be me too. We're still learning how to control the cars to keep it on the track, and if we can put something on there to give us something to drive around, because Oh, that's a tough corner, 10A. If you're not watching your mirrors, you can make somebody's day pretty bad. You can even make
That's the John Allen special car that we're following. Yeah, no, what's cool is iRacing is pretty open, as it were. So you can share this file with you, and it'll have all these cars, and by the time we get finished, we'll have a lot of these, so you can pick which one. And it it's just kind of fun because before iRacing didn't have this artificial intelligence, so all you could do was practice by yourself and then race. But this allows you to practice by yourself with other cars.
Chandler's
Paulie, Justin Devane says that when you do a replay, you need to hit the FF button to get back to the live feed.
But I don't want to go all the way forward. I don't want to miss anything exciting.
Oh, okay. I'm just passing on what. Otherwise, a countdown timer in the video feed isn't synced right.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
See, it looks like Justin's car is in 10th place, Speedway Creations. He's moved up 3 spots.
Okay, we're back to live, folks. That's a good point, Bill. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, it was Justin that did it. I'm just, I never have good points. You know that.
Yeah, Bill very rarely has good ideas.
He points at where he wants us to sit, where he wants us to go.
Yeah.
Go get me something to drink. Bring me my coffee. Stomp.
And do I get coffee?
Stomp
No.
twice. Stomp once for yes, twice for no. Oh, a little bit loose in the corners there.
Yep, that was a risky move. He's
Still
saying
Blitzkrieg.
Still trying to figure out how to get the camera view on our live shows to be above the cars. But I'm working on it. We're almost there.
Getting chopped a little bit there by the car up just ahead, but Hellman's really probably should have backed out a little bit in Blitzkrieg.
No, let me tell you, having raced at this track easily, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 times, I know most of my incidences have happened at 7, not 6. 6 has actually been pretty easy for the most part.
Yeah, I mean everybody knows to behave in 6.
Yeah, it's 7 where they tend to
dive bomb you.
Yeah.
Misjudge.
Oh, big contact there. What's going to happen here? He does a Bill Strong and stays in the gas. Nice job. Number 27, Blitzkrieg.
He does a Bill Strong.
Yeah, that number is right, Paulie.
Oh, I know it's wrong, but this is Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, it is Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
It is.
The Bill Strong is when you pit maneuver somebody and you stay in the gas. You don't back off. You just continue to push them out of the way.
Yeah, that was a pit maneuver, as it were.
There is video evidence of that, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Nice job.
Who'd he hit?
I don't know.
I don't see anybody pitting yet. Trying to see if there's a bad time.
What are we doing? Why are we going back?
He won't have a bad time until he gets to start finish. We'll see if that.
It was Speedway Creations that he knocked around.
Oh no!
Yeah, and somebody kind of pushed him back to help him out there, but that caused a big snarl right there.
Oh, look at this!
I do like the never lift aspect.
This is not going to go good.
Well, make sure you watch the Ring Central feed there, Doc.
I am.
Okay. Yeah, now we got a big pile of cars back there that got held up from that snarl there at turn 1.
2 wide through the S's.
Are we still live?
Now we are. Back still with the Speedway Creations, just seeing, looks like the car's working pretty good. Didn't seem to do too much damage. It's keeping up to speed here with the rest of this pack.
Yeah, it was just a gentle tap that sent him around.
So we're a 5-second difference between our timing and scoring, Paul, and what I see on our screen.
That's
so
about good. It's going to be around 5 to 8. Yeah. We'll go back to the crash cam here, see if we see anything coming up here next. Floridius might have dropped back.
There's going to be a crash. When we do that, nothing happens.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the photographer's dilemma. You camp out in the corner to get to the crash. As soon as you change corners, they crash.
They crash, or you're facing the wrong way.
Yeah, that happened to me at Thompson. There was an absolute. Nobody was hurt, but the car ended up on the other side of the guardrail on all four wheels. We still don't know how it happened. It was the guy said I hit the guardrail. Next thing I know, on the other side of it. But I had a camera on there, and I turned away and missed it.
Well, we were at Talladega.
More contact. Just a little argy-bargy there.
Talladega camped out in turn 4, where all the action happens at Talladega. And I can't think of the race we were at, but anyway, we're all sitting there, and there's about 6 of us or so, and they throw a yellow flag. Oh, nice wheel action. Nice save. So anyway, we're all 6 of us sitting down, having a smoke, whatever. After they throw the yellow flag, and this car comes through, and they're in your basically yellow flag line, and this driver passes out and climbs over the car in front of him, and none of us got the shot.
So Long Dogs, who led the race from pole, is down in 13th now.
They might have had some issues there with their car.
I think they had some bumping and banging going on, yeah.
So, Doc, back then when you smoked, did you smoke like unfiltered Camels or something like that?
No, I smoked all the sponsor cigarettes.
Okay, now...
It was a Winston race. I smoked Winston.
I know that...
It was the Camel GT. I smoked Philip Morris.
Now, I know that you... I want to congratulate you. You actually quit smoking?
Yeah, it's been about a month now.
Oh, wow. Awesome, man.
The heroin helps.
Yes, that's a good replacement.
The heroin helps. Oh, jeez.
No, it's kind of nice. My sense of taste is getting better.
Congratulations. That's cool, man.
Thanks. I don't feel any better, mind you.
So yeah, Justin, I'm keeping it. I'm going back to live after those replays so that we're synced up with the timing and scoring. Good point. And we're on the crash cam. So I was going to say something else.
Until I interrupted.
No, it left. It stuff falls away quickly.
I was just going to yell. I was just going to yell at you for the mouse cursor being in the middle of the screen. Then I realized it was mine.
So Bernie's asking, what's the most popular brand or equipment for iRacing that you guys would recommend? I think the Logitech is the best bang for the buck. You can find G27s.
Wait. Depending, I would suggest.
Bill's been shopping, so.
I have been shopping.
But he doesn't really do it.
You have to be really careful. There's a lot of stuff on back order because all of a sudden, since that NASCAR race last weekend, the stores have been emptied of existing stock, and some stores are selling stuff for some insane amount of money. So I would suggest going on YouTube and doing a search for,
Not YouTube.
Huh?
YouTube?
YouTube?
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me finish the sentence.
I guess
Go
we'll
on
let
YouTube
him finish.
and do a search for best sim steering wheels in 2020. There's a really good one there where the guy goes through pretty much all the stuff that's available.
Gotcha.
Explains why you don't want this one, or maybe this one will do well, but maybe not that one. There's a lot of equipment out there that are actually really good and may work for you, may not. And then they go all the way up to the $1,000 direct drive. Really cool stuff. And I'm kind of debating. The stuff I'm looking at is more direct drive. I've done some things with what's his name that runs the runs our iRacing.
Hugh Jazz?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. started iRacing.
Our iRacing, the ChampCar.
Alex? Tom?
Alex.
Tom Ellison.
I think it was Alex.
Okay.
Or Alex Cufford.
Yeah, we went to his house, and he had a absolutely awesome setup.
Mm-hmm.
And And I still think that how well you do is based on how good your equipment is.
Nah,
Or Alex Albert.
that's not true. I've done a lot better than most of the guys that have those really nice rigs. It's not about that. I mean, this stuff's fun to play with, but really, the
But isn't it about the
G27,
feel, though?
huh?
Isn't it about the feel?
No.
You can feel what the car's doing.
Yeah, I
the
just
feel,
put some aftermarket springs in my pedals.
the
and
feel is just all your brain fills in the gaps. Either you have that ability or you don't. And I've run the G27 right out of the box. I've won
Right.
most of the races I run with these guys. I win. It's not about the equipment. It's not about having, the rig with the seat and all that stuff. I've always just run the simple stuff. But there's a G27 out there that's been around for a long time. I've had mine for probably like 8 years.
Okay.
You can get that, or you can go to the G29, which is the next model up, or you can go to the Fantech, which has load cells and all this kind of fancy stuff. That stuff's fine. It's not necessarily going to make you any faster, though. But it's fun to play with. Don't get me wrong. This stuff's cool.
Well,
And
the
Yeah.
G27.
I mean, the aftermarket springs in the pedals help your feel a lot.
yeah, I mean,
So
if you
the
struggle with
G20
that those spring kits can be helpful.
The
You know,
G20.
The
is really-
thing that's missing is the feel in the butt of the car.
Yeah, but that's
So I turn up
Yeah.
my tire sound a lot,
So-
so I can hear the tires protesting.
So the G27, as we have an
Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's the John Allen Special BMW.
I wonder if Rich is driving that today.
NLS gets together.
Oh, NLS lost it.
NLS pushed into him and knocked the car ahead, and yeah, wow.
And then he got T-boned.
They're just glad they didn't blow an engine. They're just happy to be here. Got Who's Your Daddy with NLS and then Odor Motor Group all coming together here.
All right, go back to the race. Good save though. Oh, except that part. Yeah, look, Bernie. Look at the G29. That's actually you can find them. I found them last week for less than what you could get the 27 for. Most of the 27s are old stock, new old stock, or being sold as used, and kids are asking so much money for them. It's ridiculous. The G29s you can find for under $300 with the steering wheel and a 3-pedal.
Yep, and the shifter.
Yeah, and the shifter is additional, like $60. But if you look around, you can find them where they're combining them for X amount of money. But they supposedly, and I did a lot of research the other night. A lot of shipments are coming in towards the middle of April. So once that happens, you're going to see the prices drop down because it's a supply and demand thing. There's so many people want them now; they're paying whatever, some insane money. I'm seeing $600,000-$700,000 for something that would normally cost $199. So just keep a look out there. Look on Craigslist. Remember, most of us are, this is something we're only going to do now. We probably won't do it when all this fun stuff is over. So you might want to look at something used. Look at Craigslist. Look at Facebook Marketplace. Somebody local to you might be selling something because they no longer do it. So or they need some cash, something like that. So take a look there. But the Logitech G27 and the G29. G29 is the newest one they have. They also do a 920, I think it is, that works with Sony and PC. That has a few more buttons on it. But from the reviews, the 29 is actually a better deal. And that works with the not PlayStation. What's the
Xbox?
Xbox. It works with the
Okay.
Xbox.
Okay.
Xbox Live and the new one, or is it the old one? It's the last generation Xbox and the latest Xbox, along with a PC. So the suggestions were to get that one.
Yeah.
It didn't have some buttons on it that some of the games in this Sony use, which we don't need for what we're doing here. That's what I'm. That's what I was told on the reviews. So it was pretty good.
And the 29, it's been
Yeah,
out for
that's
quite a
really
while. It's not like a brand new steering wheel, but that's their most current one, I take it, Bill?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the current one. You can
It's been
also,
around for a while.
if you're into modifying and kind of that kind of fun stuff, supposedly you can get load cells, which I don't exactly know what load cells are, but I guess it's a different way of.
It's a potentiometer.
Yeah, well, you can get those to retrofit into your pedal setup, so you have a more realistic braking system. And in that video of the best equipment for 2020, he explains that a little better. They have a piece of rubber that once you hit that rubber, you can still compress it with your braking. You tend to apply it. It exponentially adds braking to the car, and he found that when he first used it, that the settings were too hard, so he was braking the car. All of a sudden, it would just go into four-wheel lockup. So he had to actually tune it in this firmware or software to get some of that out.
Yeah.
Basically, like your settings within your real race car. So you kind of tune that out with your brake settings, your bias adjustments, and things like that.
So I wanted to welcome our CEO, Mike Chiswick, to the broadcast.
Oh.
What? How is he doing this?
Mike's on here.
Hey. Hi,
He's
Mike.
commenting on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I don't see him.
He's Big Concrete.
Oh.
What? What are you giggling about?
Big Concrete.
Yeah.
Gonna have to discuss that with him one.
Look at this guy sawing at this wheel.
Kind of do that at the top there, the undulations of the track, and supposedly the fastest way across that corner is also two wheels up onto that curbing, which throws that car up into the air. And we saw that, Doc, when you and I were at the Petit Le Mans. The cars were going up into the air and just slamming back down onto the blacktop, which after the race, the track technicians were coming out and filling in some of the gashes in the track that the what do you call those? The GTD, not GTD, the Daytona prototypes, DP cars were doing. We're putting in the little, I don't know what I'm getting at. They were putting gashes into the track. So they were filling those in with some material, blacktop material, squeegeeing out. Remember that? We're trying to figure out what they were doing.
Yeah.
So these guys need to work on cleaning their cars a little more. They're looking too real. Is that our leader there, Chandler School?
Yeah, we're kind of flipping around here.
Okay. All right.
Here's SCRS Racing.
Wouldn't we love to have these camera angles during ChampCar Live?
No, because that's just more work I have to do. I'd rather just sit up in that tower right there.
A rear view from SCRS at Running Bulls, heading down the front straightaway here. You can really see all the seams and everything in the pavement. It's pretty cool.
So you folks out there, please subscribe to our eRacing.ChampCar YouTube page here, please. I need to get up to 100. If I can get up to 100 subscribers, it's going to help me be able to do some custom stuff with our setup, and that would be awesome if you just subscribe. I'm not going to message you in every 5 minutes. I'm not going to do anything like that. I just need the subs.
I will. I'll bug
subscribe.
the hell out of you.
Thank you. But we're going to use this, and I have not discussed this with our folks yet, but we're going to use it for our playbacks for the actual sim series where you guys can get up and race with our that Doc normally does, or what is it, the I don't know that Doc.
The Sim series, the Tom Ellison setup.
Yep. So I'm gonna get with them, and we're gonna send that live to this channel here, along with the fun stuff we're doing during race weekends. We'll still use this for some occasional track cams and uploading assets for Paulie to download. You guys are always welcome to look behind the scenes of some of the stuff we do. Most of it's just me shooting pictures of the ground or the sky, or out of focus stuff. So, of course, I send the best of stuff to Paulie, which most of it sits on the cutting room floor, doesn't it, Paul?
Oh, we got a big and a big hit. We're seeing roll cage and all. Oh.
Wow. Let's go to the blimp and look at that.
Yeah, maybe we should back up a little bit and see what that calamity was about.
We do have a lot of incidences in one in real life. Most of those incidents take place on the outside, not necessarily on the inside like that. I don't think we've really had that many incidences there.
Well, that's turn 7, isn't it?
Oh, is
That's
that
turn
7?
1, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 7. Definitely.
No, it's
That's
1. There's the tower. It's
Oh
turn
yeah,
1.
that's 1.
We used to tell Doc that was turn 7 just to mess with him. So let's not change that. See, if that guy didn't have that bug on his window, he probably would have done better.
He seems to be pretty upset. Maybe we better get him in to have a talk.
He needs to honk his horn.
There's a car way off to the left.
That's actually that happens in road racing. I remember the first time I heard a guy honk his horn in showroom stock at Blackhawk. It was just pretty funny. How dare you crowd me?
The guys wanted us to put it on there, but I was so afraid that some of my drivers would get so pissed they'd basically be honking the whole race out of my way. Because the MR2 is just freaking fast.
But
right
Bill,
now.
it was a Volkswagen Rabbit, so it was really funny.
Even better. Yeah. I like how my Opel GT has a more manly horn than what the MR2 had, though. What are we doing? Why are we stopped? Pick a scene. I'm not directing you, by the way. Whoa.
He's got some damage on his car anyway.
Well, you folks out there in TV land, when you've gone down into 10A, where is the most incidents you've seen? Most of the time, I see guys off into the gravel there, off into the grass on the right as you go through it. I really haven't seen too much dive bombing recently into 10A. A lot of you guys may say different, but I haven't raced at Road Atlanta in a couple of years. But I know we used to see guys try and make that dive bomb into the braking zone and either make it or not make it, but a lot of passing was done on the right side, which I always found kind of odd. What do you say?
And while we're typing into that, I'll just give you a quick rundown. Chandler School has the lead with eRacing in second place. The Flying Wankel in second. Not Rod Lincolnata, I think it's pronounced. I don't know. Is in fourth. Then it's John Allen Special in fifth. 901 Motorsport is sixth. Rains Hospitality is seventh. Long Dogs is up to eighth, who started on the pole. Poverty Autosport is ninth. Honey Badger is 10th. Then it's Chump Change, Clapped Out Racing, Hooligans, Speedway Creations in 14th. John Allen Racing is 15th. Breakdancers is 16th. Stedman Racing 17th. With Hong North Grumpy Butt in 18th. Then it's SCRS, Chattahoochee Motorsports, NLS Racing, Money Pit Racing. BBY is up to 23rd from last place with Crowd Control in 24th. Looks like we're watching them right now. Odor Motorsports in 25th. Who's Your Daddy? Misco Motorsport, Floridian Motorsport, Blitzkrieg in the top 29. Excuse me. Figured I should at least give a rundown at once. Back to a TV here. There we go. So coming up on the last half hour of racing here at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta on eracing.champcar.org. This is a virtual race. It's AI, so just the computers doing the driving, and we're just set some attributes and watch them go and have some fun watching them race.
I'm getting
pick up here pretty soon.
Oh,
These cars are going to get aggressive.
Doc Justin is asking on our YouTube channel if the cars are going to be pitting today.
Yeah, we believe so, Justin. We couldn't tell yesterday because the scoring pylon was odd, but we believe they are going to have to pit at about the 45-minute mark.
So we got a little bit of argy-bargy going on here, heading into 10A, or into 10.
I'm hearing that there may be some issues with the the supplemental forms we sent out. Thanks, Chris Huggins. I will take a look at those. I didn't build those. That PDF, one of our board of directors' offices did. I'm not putting blame on anybody, but I'll go through and check it. I don't use Word. I use a different program to do stuff normally, so we'll go back in and check that out. If it needs fixing, I'll fix it and put it back up and send out everybody an email to download the latest and greatest. I think there was some additional information missing off the. Like it only allowed so much to be added to the page.
Chandler Skull's got about a 34-second gap over eRacing.
Mind you, mine was how many pages, Doc, was mine? 400 and something pages?
Yeah, something like that.
And those were correct. Those were good. But somebody else did all the data up for us, so I'm going to have to go through and fix it. Sorry.
There we go.
This is why I'm getting gray hair. Trying to get Chiswick on here.
Oh, yeah, he needs to sign into the bridge. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'll send him an invite.
Well, you just send him the link, the ID.
Does he have the software?
Well, I would think so. I think he's signed in with us before.
I don't think he did. He's probably sitting in his living room watching this.
Oh, man. I can't get the task manager to come up because iRacing's in the way. So I won't be able to look at that. Oh, well.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can look at history, too.
Yeah, it's not much fun. Kind of focused on crowd control racing right now. Speedway Creations down in 15th.
Let's see if we can get him. We're inviting him by phone right now.
Back on the focus on the leader here in the 901 Motorsport machine, who's taken over the lead. So I'm wondering if maybe Chandler dove into the pits. I don't know what happened to those guys. Oh, they're down in 26th now, so something happened to that car. So 901 Motorsports now in the lead of the race with Long Dogs up to second. Flying Wankles in third. Not Rod Lincolnata in fourth. John Allen Special is fifth, and eRacing has tumbled to sixth.
I want to say that column, I don't know that they can see it, but the timing and scoring I got, I believe the ink is the incidents.
Yeah, they can't see that.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing to know, isn't it? Look at they're having a lot of contact.
4 incidences, basically.
What's that, Bill?
eRacing has had 4 incidences.
Oh, yeah.
And our leader, 901 Motorsports, has had 2. Long Dogs 3. John Allen Special, none, but the Not Rod Lincoln has 1.
eRacing in the pits.
Getting their car fixed. I did invite Chiswick, but he hung up, it looks like.
Due to a lack
once
of
he
interest.
found out it was you.
I don't know how that worked. I was using a piece of software I'm not used to using, so.
So eRacing has come into the pits out of, I think he was up into second place there for a while. And these sims, I've run these sims before, and they're a little different each time. You never know quite what's going to happen. That's part of the fun. So 901 Motorsport, your leader right now. Looks like, let's see if I can find them here.
Who's breathing?
eRacing. We're all, hopefully all breathing.
Yeah, hopefully everybody.
How can I do black playing on this?
That's Jimmy Letchworth. Jimmy is our equipment manager. He also the driver of the most badass ambulance in the world, which is the ChampCar Wambulance equipment vehicle.
Yeah, he's asking how he can do reverse so he can look at incidents.
No, you can't.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't be able to because this isn't actually an iRacing. It's not out there on their server. This is on my computer, so.
Could it be up on YouTube?
No. Well, he can
He
reverse
could.
it on YouTube
Yeah.
to see what you just looked at, but he has no control over it.
Yeah, you could back up on YouTube.
We have very little control.
You can
probably
also
better that way.
silence it if you don't want to listen to us.
He's going to wear that button out.
He probably already found it. So we're focused on the leader right now, 901 Motorsport.
Now, Log Dog, is that them right behind there, or is that no? They're 12 seconds back. Almost 13 seconds back.
Here's Floridian Motorsports. On track, they're behind.
What
the
is
leader.
901 Motorsports? What kind of car do they normally drive?
BMW
Those are
E30.
BMW E30s.
So cheaty cars in.
Yep.
Well, remember, they bought one of John Allen Special's cars.
Okay.
Because they wrote off one car. They always campaign two. And they wrote off a car. I can't remember why. But then they bought...
Oh, the number 9.
Off into the dirt. That made it look so easy because, well, I've never been out there. Doc, have you been out at turn 5?
No, but one of my team members has.
That's
and,
eRacing, big time.
His wife put together.
Oh, contact with the Running Bulls machine. Oh, and contact with another competitor.
That's just a lack of talent all the way around on that one. It's his arms up in the air like, blaming everybody else.
So our skid plate caught a lot of the gravel.
Yeah.
So we scooped out all the gravel and made a planter out of it.
Did you take points for that skid plate, Doc?
Yes, we do.
You're supposed to be absolutely
More
quiet about it.
contact.
Oh, is that the same driver?
No, this is a different guy. Somebody's
This
coming
is-
into the pits too.
That
And this-
could have been disastrous.
Hooligans
And this is
Racing.
where the race control would be saying, "Hey, black flag,
Yeah, they would.
such and such, 3
Who-
minutes."
Hooligans Racing in the pits.
And sometimes I get to talk to Jimmy Letchworth, who's chatting on YouTube right now, or Jay. They get to talk to sometimes.
That was a real quick stop.
Yeah.
Tires, man, tires. Yeah, they might have just had their car looked at too.
Oh, I remember what I wanted to bring up. When you set up the AI event, you can turn damage on or off. So that's something I left on, so they would have to come into the pits to get it fixed.
Right.
So just like real
and a car
racing.
backs in hard into the wall there. That's the Long Dogs machine. Oh no, that's the car that led the race from the pole earlier.
Get it going.
They're scored
Get
in
it started,
second
man.
place, and
Is
that
he
car
gonna
is
hit
hurt.
and
He's
drive?
gone into the pits.
Do you hit reset? Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit reset.
Because I know
You
when
have to
Doc,
be fully stopped.
I know that when Doc and I did it, I had to wait for a tow truck at one point.
Yeah.
That sucked.
We'll get to see what happened here, but I think there's some contact. Oh yeah, got tapped
Ooh.
from behind.
Well, at least the sand or gravel trap there kind of slowed him down a bit before he hit the back. He's going to have to pull that bumper out from that tire with his virtual crew. And I know those guys. They're a good group of folks. Met them a couple of years ago.
And for some reason, oh, I know why.
16 minutes, a little over 16 minutes to go here. We're only doing one race, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are NASCAR folks racing today too?
I think I did hear something about that, Bill.
Yeah, I think so. Texas.
So here's your daddy falling down, and we've got, Long Dogs down there with eRacing. They've just had a terrible race today with contact, having to go into the pits a couple of times. Not a day that's worked out so well for them. So
No,
it's-
they were doing so well, too. Running in third place, second place.
Chandler just overtook the Flying Wankel team, moved into fourth.
what's kind of cool is we're seeing teams that we would not normally be talking about in some of these races.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of cool to see them up there. Not, you know,
It is. That is part of the cool
not that
part.
that's a bad thing, unless you're the team that's, you know, falling behind. I remember what that was like, being at the back of the field.
Justin.
You know, exactly.
901 looks cheaty.
They
Well,
could have a pro racer in the car too. Because we
We're
put
beyond
from
pro. We're in the
you did-
cheaty zone.
pro, didn't you?
Yeah, we're beyond pro. We're in the cheaty zone here. So
Okay, so, you know, like F1 driver in there.
Chandler School is our fastest lap of the day with a 138.651.
That must be their Mustang.
contact again.
'Cause it was pretty quick.
Yeah, a little side swipe there.
Yep. Going into 10A or 10, going into turn 10. There's constant, consistent.
I'm telling you, I
contact
think
there.
the Action 6 is going to pick up.
Long Dog's
And we
heading
know that-
back into the pits.
And we do know that Chandler School does use professional drivers. A lot of times they're the folks from the Michelin test track in Georgia or South Carolina, and the BMW test track are used. Test drivers are used for the Chandler School drivers as well. One of the team guys, they one of the because the kids work on the cars, the students,
Right.
but one of the parents of I'm trying to what is his job on the team? In real life, he's actually the head of motorsports for I think it's either Michelin or Continental.
When you get your facts figured out, why don't you come back and tell us what's good?
I like come on.
You sit here wheeling us for this thing. It's like, geez,
I'm trying to figure out how long I can
come on,
just keep
Grandpa. Oh man, I'm getting exhausted just listening to.
Okay, I'm gonna hang.
Oh shoot. It wouldn't be a race if I didn't give you a hard time at least once during the race.
During the race.
Yeah, 901 Motorsport in first, Chandler's in second, John Allen Special is third, Not Rod is in fourth, Flying Wankles is in fifth, Hooligans is in sixth. Oh, they've tumbled to seventh. They might be having some trouble with that car. See if we can catch up with them here.
I'm really surprised crowd control hasn't been up there.
Yeah, here's the Hooligan. They're having a little trouble with the driving, I think. They seem to be a little bit all over the racetrack. See how they do going into one here.
Just
Yeah,
his
he's
time waster.
Chopping
Philly.
down the inside there. Not using his mirrors, just kind of out there driving around.
Just like most racers in ChampCar.
I was going to say something else, but okay. Oh, shoot. He's doing all right coming down the S's. He's fine when he's by himself. Again, I got these guys set with high confidence, low skill, and high aggression. So, a lot of fun.
So how do our times here in the virtual world compare to the real world, where we're looking at crowd control? Their best lap was a 141. What are they doing here with these itty-bitty Miatas? Crowd
They're
control.
doing okay. 152s.
Well,
Looks
they did.
like-
Their FTDs at 139.
Right, 139. Well, I don't have the official.
I do, because it's on your other screen. So it's 139, and a 152 was their last lap.
Yeah.
Slow down a little.
In
In real life, it was
real life, it was 142s, 143s, 146s.
Yeah. So, and that all depends on the driver, obviously, and how much carbon they have on their car. Our bank, 143s, Parts Badger, 142 for their FTD. So, Parts Badger's not in this, are they?
Parts
don't
Badger
think
didn't make
they
the
are.
cut. Neither did our bank.
We know Birmingham's not in it, right?
No, because Doc cheated and rigged
Yeah.
that whole
I
setup.
did not. I maintain
So 911 Motorsport
we were protested Birmingham.
was a 147. What are they doing out there? 139. So you know they're cheating attack in these cars, not in real life. The Chandler School. What were they doing? I know they had their they had a Mustang there, didn't they? Can't remember. Chandler School. Oh, they have their Miata 154s. What are they doing today? 138 was 140. Is their last lap? So
Look at how aggressive this yellow team is.
The 13 is car number is
Long Dogs.
Long Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the car's had quite a bit of trouble today, though they started on the pole.
Long Dogs runs a Porsche now, so that's 154 was their fastest time at Road Atlanta this past February. But the weather conditions are way different on this eRacing than it was in real life.
Oh, that it is.
You know, in real life, it was more conducive to a good race / entertaining race / not a fast lap time / come on, more adjectives.
Yeah, look, that yellow car got aggressive there. Had a nice save.
So you come down the inside here. There's contact like every time he comes down. You can really see the hood buckling up, and it's affected the steering. You can see how he's having to counter steer out of it a little bit.
Bet that affects the aero as well.
But he is getting by people.
Just
Yeah,
forcing
he's muscling his way through.
Yeah. That's where the optimism comes in.
There you go.
Know anybody like that, Bill?
might. Hey, never lift, buddy. Never lift.
Never lift. All right.
What's the one that says never lift? You won't change the outcome, but it'll eliminate all the mystery.
And there's Hammered, Hammered and Long Dawn. They won those two races yesterday, and boy, a very different story for these guys today.
Well, and it comes down to who's in the car. I mean, we've had races like that where we've just done spectacularly, and then we've put another driver in and not so spectacularly.
No.
Usually we don't have Bill Strong's in the car.
So here we go. Chandler School is running in second place. They've made a pit stop. 901 Motorsport has not. But Chandler School just made a really quick stop. 4.8 seconds was their total stop.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they took a blast of gas.
Well, we're focused on 901 Motorsport. No, we don't have the 5-minute pit stops in play here in this event. As you can see, 901 still out in front and using all the racetrack on the exit.
I'm wondering if they're going to have to stop in the AI game.
Heading down through the S's now. We'll go back to the crash cam, see if we see anything going on in the back there. But looks like they're starting to pull out a lead. Chandler School still shown in second place. Anything could happen in this event.
And I think we will see these cars get more aggressive, these drivers.
Yeah, the cars are starting to get a little bit lighter.
Yeah, the fuel load's way down.
Tires heating up, getting worn out. Lots of skidding.
Yeah, mild temperatures and humidity and partly cloudy is the setup for today.
Guy out there taking a selfie of himself at the race.
Trying to get the cars in the background.
I don't know. We go to a race every weekend, a real live race every weekend, and almost every weekend. And a lot of times I just find myself looking at the other aspects of the racing that to me just sometimes seems more interesting. You know, the guys in pit lane and the paddock, and you know, just different aspects of it. I
Sure.
like.
It's like watching a different football player on the field that doesn't have the football, and just watch what he does, just because it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't watch football.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's kind of like what you said, but
Yeah,
different.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't listen to Bill, so I don't know what he said.
it's okay. Hey, Hiller, how you doing out there?
Yeah, Hiller, it might be bumper cars coming up here soon.
There seems to be so much steering input into these guys. I'm so afraid of putting that much input into the car as I'm coming down the hill. It's just that's an area of the track I never wanted to play. So
Well,
dangerous.
look at how wide they take turn 1.
Oh, we're way out there.
They don't
Are you-
have a clue where the apex is.
Oh,
John Allen Special Cars slowing down.
Focused on Hoosier Daddy Racing right now.
He's really giving up a lot of positions.
And eRacing up there, who they're up in second place earlier today. Been in the pits a couple of times. Coming out of that final corner, heading up the hill.
What?
Clapped Out Racing. John Allen Special, or John Allen Racing, rather. I get him confused. And he doesn't take much.
4 minutes to go here, folks. Ish. Is it slowing down?
Jump change, racing. Heading down the hill towards 12. Sounds like they got their foot in it.
Look at how wide they are going through there.
There's Hammered. The Flying Wankles.
Hey, Paul or Doc,
Yo.
the gentleman that took the pictures for us at Charlotte. What was his name?
David Allio.
It's ALIO.
ALLIO. You could find him on the web, I'm sure.
We got somebody coming in the pits here. Purple and white. Not sure who that is. Ooh, a little bit of contact there again for Long Dog squeaking by on the inside, heading through 11 into 12. Just about 2.5 minutes remain in the race. 901 Motorsport holds the lead. Chandler still in second place with Hooligans in third. John Allen Special is fourth. Not Rod is fifth. Flying Wankles in sixth. Jump Change is seventh. Honey Badger is eighth. In ninth, it's Poverty Auto. In 10th, Speedway Creations.
eRacing's pitted again.
All right, thanks for that, Doc. Here's the eRacing here. Just having a lot of amateur type issues here. Struggle and get that car to go. Not really all the way in the throttle.
He did real good in one of my races yesterday, eRacing.
He did real good in one of mine, too. But I changed those models quite a bit, so. Going with SCRS into turn one here. Oh, and SCRS loses it. No, it's the Chandler School getting into the wall back there. Get a better picture here, I think, maybe.
Is that going to cost him?
Looks like he's trying to get around Running Bulls and one of the other competitors. Contact right there, just a little too optimistic. A low percentage pass, carrying a little too much speed in there. Yeah. They were in second place, of course. Might have spun there. Back up to live now with SCRS. We'll head back out onto the TV cam and make sure we're in the crash mode. There we go. So eRacing Showdown in 27th place right now. Hammered yesterday's winner in 29th. Who's Your Daddy back in 28th place. So Chandler still shown in second place. And the FTD for the event.
Down to the last lap here.
Looks like Stedman Racing might have moved past Chandler there on that last lap. And
John Allen Special's pitting.
Oh boy. So lots of changes here in this last lap. It looks like that 1 hour threshold is kind of messed with some things here. I think we saw some of that yesterday, somebody pitting on the last lap.
I think it depends on how much fuel they use, too. It was fuel, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You push it and put it. We see that in real life where guys push it, and they're just trying to get that last drop out of the tank, and they do, but unfortunately they don't have enough time left or they have too much time left. That might be it.
901 Motorsport looking a little worse for the wear there. Some front end damage on both sides. Quite a bit of banging. As they work their way around the racetrack. Rains Hospitality. Long Dogs also suffering some damage there. They've been banging their way around the racetrack quite a bit. And
They pretty much bullied their way through. It didn't do them any good. They've dropped 2 positions. They're running in 22nd from what it looks like. They had a very, very long pit stop, 1 minute.
So just the final lap finishing up here. Looks like it's going to go to 901 Motorsports with the Hooligans Racing Team in second, Chandler School in third, John Allen Special in fourth. We'll have to wait to see as the cars come across that start-finish line. And something about these cars when the leader will pit, but the rest of them seem to stay out and just keep circulating. John Allen Special has come into the pits. So there's still some other cars out there. So is Chandler School. They've come into the pits. So that looks like that's going to do it, guys.
Yep, that's it from Road Atlanta.
Woohoo!
So we'll get set up for next week at Daytona.
Oh, we got to do this. We got to work more.
Yeah, afraid so. There's 3 more of these iRacing.
So there's our standings. We got 901 Motorsport with the win. Hooligans in second. Chandler School took third. John Allen Special grabbed fourth with Not Rod in fifth. The Flying Wankles in sixth. Chump Garage got seventh. Honey Badger was eighth. Poverty Auto Sport ninth. John Allen Racing in 10th. Speedway Creations Racing was 11th with Money Pit in 12th. Then it was Chattahoochee Motorsport, Break Dancers, SCRS, Crowd Control Racing, Stedman Racing in 17th. Oder Motorsport, BBY, moved up to 19th from last place. Clapped Out Racing got 20th with NLS behind them. Then it was Long Dogs who started on the pole. Rains Hospitality, Misco Motorsport. Floridian Motorsports was 25th with Blitzkrieg in 26th. Hoosier Daddy Racing behind them with Hammered, yesterday's winner, in 28th. eRacing finished 29th with Hong North Grumpy Butt rounding out the top 30 of the field in last place. So there's your results, folks.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yep, hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun setting up. Bill and Doc and I had some fun putting this together. I guess it's a labor of love, isn't it, guys?
It is. It is. Trying to keep our phony baloney jobs.
All right, so there again, Bill, what are we going to do? I've got this roster, which we could share with the folks. They can easily go in and edit that roster. They can put themselves into the sim if they want to and race along with these guys.
What? Just email that to me, Paulie.
Okay.
I'll put that up here in just a minute. I'll put it up on champcar.org on the homepage.
All right.
And you guys can go to champcar.org, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see iRacing AI link on there. And I'll put that up. And so look at it within the hour, if not less. And you guys can play around and see how you compete against our racers that raced earlier.
Yeah, so we'll set up the Daytona race. I'm still waffling on which car to use. It's going to be a very, very aggressive group. And I'm thinking this, I don't know, the Caymans or the
Porsche Caymans, that's the way to go. Keep it a road.
I think so.
There's enough NASCAR crap stuff out there. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I put a Cayman in with our guys yesterday on one of the sims, and competitive-wise, it was pretty similar to an E30. They were a little bit quicker than the Miatas. They were passing them, but they weren't just blowing by everybody. So that might be a good car to have out there.
Cool. Well, I'll check with iRacing. Like I said, I've tried to launch a couple of races, and they always crash my computer.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on anywhere.
Yeah. All right, folks. So that's going to do it for us for this afternoon on Sunday from Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, the eRacing series. So we're going to say so long for now and just
enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Absolutely. Stay safe and healthy. And we sure appreciate you signing in with us and following along with us here as we get ChampCar back onto the real racetracks here shortly. So thanks again, folks, for Bill Strong and Doc Waldrop. I'm Paul Veltum, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.